Alright, Run of Shame begins now.
This terrain is...
Shut up.
I've got this. Yes.
How exciting!
Okay, Thoron and an elixir. You're gonna take an Excalibur and an Elthunder for hit.
Let's go!
Okay, you don't have a hammer until we convoy for you.
Your instructions?
Okay, you need a rescue anyway.
With perfect poise.
Where to?
What a lovely scene! I'm your knight to command. By all means.
Okay, we're gonna be a little fast and loose here.
No mistakes.
Understood. It was foretold.
Okay, who still needs a convoy? You do. You got your stuff. Is it just you? You got your stuff. You got your stuff. Oh, that's Ivy. You got your stuff. You got your stuff. Yeah, I think it's just her. Okay, so I think he ends up not moving, if I remember correctly. No, we only have the one rescue right now. We can't even convoy. We picked them up in this fight. Might want to consider getting you like an Elf Thunder or something, but you're kind of stacked with the stuff you need at the moment. Okay, he does move.
Scared. I've died twice now. What's one more time?
Okay, well, that's good, considering he has a crit weapon. Okay, probably want a mage to try and get him.
I've got a feeling this one will stick.
So a lot of these bosses are moving. And they're giving us things like Lendabear in this? Weird. Okay, they're giving us like unique items as well. Might give that to Etier. We'll see. You can take hits from mages. Darn, if I'd noticed Hortensia was moving already, I may have done things a little bit differently. Alright, we get a lot of mages here at least. You can actually get here. A little bit too far away for Etier right now. I mean, we could have engaged her. If we run into trouble, we can always do that.
Everyone's gone, even the divine dragon, and no one's coming back. It's over. Maybe.
Yeah, they didn't balance this. It is what it is. Getting through this damn story anyway. Who wants to be a non-issue?
I should be overjoyed to see a child of the Fell Dragon awakened. Why do I feel so empty? Even if it's too late for me to repent, I wish I could apologize to Hortensia.
A staff imbued with mysterious magic that sets all allies' engage meters to max. That's ridiculous. Okay, we'll draw you in. She can take a hit. Okay, so the order of sigils can change, huh? Or maybe it's a difference between normal and hard. Alright, you're gonna... Oh, you don't have to be rescued. Look at that. think I might end up having two teams going two different directions. Okay, with this team, we've got a healer. Let's see. You're a healer. You're a healer. You're a healer. That's what I was trying to get to. Okay. You can probably float between.
Am I dead? Me? The brilliant future king? That's not possible.
Should have gotten him a rescue. Where is Ivy? Oh yeah, she's up here. We can get her a rescue. We probably should. Since you've got that, maybe we can trade recover. Because when you engage, you'll have a recover anyway.
I cannot disgrace myself.
So you're 2 away from that. I think that's perfect, actually.
I'm ready to help.
Okay, we're gonna miss that south one. That's fine. thing at a time. I'm gonna go after you first.
I can do this.
Should have baited with him, huh?
Finally! No more responsibilities or pressure or anything. All I need to do is cut these weeds.
I didn't realize she had a bow. That could have been bad. Yeah, that could have been real bad. Okay, another set, huh? You know what? Yeah, bring it in, Tamara. Mm, 33 damage on you is quite a lot, honestly. To you, we're getting 28. You'll survive. Probably just should have done the override with that.
I die with pride and dignity as the last of the Firene royal family. Mother, no, I was happy.
Now I can finally be with everyone again. In that beautiful flower field. Divine Dragon, I'm...
Well, yeah, she
I'm
can
not
fly.
doing this out of malice. It's... I'll be fine, really.
Oh, you're silenced too, that's why.
Yes.
I feel it.
Damn, I'm really one away, huh? Okay.
I'm still in this.
That'll be the far range one anyway, so she won't be able to attack back. So is he not going to destroy all the islands then? Okay, and you can get out as well. You're gonna be left down here by yourself, I guess. You using a spear? No.
Let's go.
Should have healed. That's all right.
At your service.
Maybe I should have set up a rescue for, what's her bucket? For now. I think I am going to do that. Okay, what is the range on the rescue? 8.
The fight is not yet done. You have my attention.
Alright, I think we need to get some debuffs. You can debuff, you've got Draconic Hex. We don't have the Draconic Hex on anybody else because we didn't do that in this save. I mean, should I just start doing damage?
Do you miss your old world? Pity. There is no going back. Not after you dare to defy me! My wish has finally come true. I suppose I should thank you, Divine One. This world will fall, and it is all because of you.
You're right. All of this happened because I came here. And by removing the ward on the final bracelet, I may have doomed this place for good. But I was summoned here to save you. As long as there's hope for that, I won't give up.
I require no saving. It is enough for me to watch you die, knowing you destroyed this world.
I'm not here for the world. I'm here for the people in it. I'm here because someone wished for your salvation, even if it meant the world would end. Don't you see? There are people who love you. If I have to defeat you to make that clear, I will. This time, victory was mine.
You know what? It may have been better to keep me there, because then you would have been able to take advantage of the extra attack. I need to take my dog outside real quick, so I'm going to pause for a moment. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back and ready to finish this. Let's see if this is enough.
Behold and tremble.
Got a little ahead of myself there. Let's go back and actually see that dialogue.
Behold and tremble in fear, Celestia. This is the might of a true dragon.
Lord Nil, as a fellow dragon, I must admit that form is impressive. But while you won't require anyone's help this way, you will come to feel isolated in time.
She calls herself a fellow dragon. She's a dragon mage. Whatever. The lore in this game clearly doesn't matter. It didn't matter to the writer, so why should it matter to me?
Having no one by your side is not as liberating as you might think. You can still reconsider.
I feel nothing of the sort. Perhaps it is you who is lonely, for want of your lost wind. I will gladly send you
No,
after
he's here.
him.
Just an
Mavir, you
otherworldly him.
fool. I was willing to die there with you. But still, thank you. I'll use this gift well. It's because of what you did that I have the will to face you. You won't take anything else.
And to be fair, the Mavir that's in this fight is basically the same person. Backwards Day World didn't do anything to Mavir. Yeah, I guess you can only use melee for your all-out, huh?
Devoted to you.
Okay, Balganone does work. Hey, Intelligent Systems, next time balance your DLC before you release it. If the base game was actually done like for over a year, you had plenty of time.
I am defeated? This cannot be! Father! Father!
Fuck this DLC, and fuck you, Nil.
The bracelets. Where did they go?
They disperse when their duty is done.
Then I guess this is goodbye.
Why? Why? Even with the power of the bracelets, why am I no match for you?
Perhaps you see it now. The path Sombron laid out for you was never the right one.
If I cannot carry out Father's wishes, then my existence serves no purpose. All my life I have sought to be valued, only to discover that I am truly worthless. I will never be like you.
You are not worthless. You are my irreplaceable twin brother. We are two halves of a whole.
Ridiculous. I already told you I am not Nil.
I know.
Not Nil? What does that mean?
I don't understand. What happened to the real Nil?
He died in battle 1,000 years ago. Shortly after Nell gave him her dragon stone. He wanted nothing more than to make his sister proud.
And who are you?
A fell dragon whose twin perished when I was too young to remember it. I was a lone child, with no abilities to distinguish me, surrounded by pairs of twins, until I met Nil. My mirror image. The resemblance between us was uncanny, and we discovered we had much else in common. We were inseparable for a time. And I was all too happy to have something like a real brother. He was my other half. That was how I felt, at least. But for him, there could be no replacement for Nell. When I found him, on the battlefield, breathing his last, his only thoughts were of her. He gave me her dragonstone, and said that he wished Nell would never have to grieve. For that reason, he asked me to take his place.
So you became Nil?
I made it appear as if I had been the one to die that day. In a way, I was. There would be no one to mourn my passing. Father would not even notice.
I'm having trouble believing all of this.
Believe it, I am an imposter. You should not hesitate to kill me. I brought this world to the brink of ruin. If you allow me to live, I will do it again. Let that be your reason, if nothing else. What say you, Nell?
I knew you were not Nil from the start.
What?
I have known about his death for a long time. I saw through your ruse from the beginning. I simply chose not to confront you about it. You took his place for his sake, and for mine. That was an act of kindness. We may not have been born as twins, but I have always thought of you as my other half.
Then, you are a fool!
Say what you will. I speak the truth. You will recall how we visited the burial site at Lethos Castle to say our farewells. You may not have seen that I left a pressed flower there. It was Nil's. I was not saying goodbye only to the divine dragon that day.
You were saying it to Nil, too.
I carried that flower for a long time. I suppose some part of me was unable to move on. Despite that, you became very dear to me. Your companionship saved me from loneliness and despair. I was happy to be a sister to you. I will always cherish our time together, even if you do not feel the same. Without you, I would never have been able to continue fighting all this time. I trusted you above all others, believed in you with all my heart. The only proof that we are not true twins is that I failed to sense your actual intentions.
Perhaps. I confess, I have longed to hear you say such things. They make fine parting words. Are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you. For everything. Goodbye, Nell.
Goodbye.
Stop. What are you doing? Nell?
There is another way to end your pain. Once I am gone, you will be free. For my part, I would rather die than lose anyone else.
Nell!
If only I had realized sooner. I could have prevented this. Seeing Nil and my divine dragon again may be too much to hope for. But even so, I will rest well knowing your pain is at an end.
Why would you do this? I deserved this fate, not you. You should have killed me.
I could not bear to lose a second brother. For that is what you are to me, despite it all. Before I go, will you tell me your name?
Lady Nell! No! Please, no!
She's gone. No last words of reproach. No regret for her own passing. All she wanted was to know my name. Rafal, sister. My name is Rafal.
Rafal.
How did I forget myself? Nil asked me to look after his sister. That was his dying wish. But it was not merely his wish. It was also mine. All I wanted, all I really wanted, was to be her other half. When did I forget those feelings? You said this would be the end of my pain, Nell. But it is not. How could it ever be?
I sense something. The Dragonstone pieces. They have a strange energy about them.
That is Sombron's magic. Could it be that he cast a spell on that Dragonstone? To sow the seeds of hatred in the heart of Lord Nil, Rafal. Dragonstones are destroyed by the death of their owner. Lady Nell died to break the spell.
Sombron made it so that you two would fight each other instead of conspiring against him.
Nonsense. You mean to say that it was just some spell? That all should be forgiven? Ridiculous! Regardless of Sombron's influence, I am responsible for my own actions. I chose to do what I did. It was what I wanted. I will not allow anyone else to shoulder my blame. Not even Father. I sought power and I attained it. Even now, I have no regrets about that. I only wish that I could have kept the promise I made to Nil. Divine One.
What is it?
I have heard that dragons of great power can impart their life force unto others. Do you suppose that is true?
Yes. My mother did that for me. But it took 1,000 years before I woke up.
Then I will do the same. I will revive Nell. Even if it takes me just as long, I will dwell in this empty world alone. In the hope that she will one day rise. Perhaps that will be a fitting punishment for what I have done. And perhaps, if and when you wake, we may truly become two halves of a home.
You will. No. You already are.
Is that so?
Rafal, after Nal wakes up, why don't you come live with me in my Elyos?
What?
I have a feeling you'd be able to travel there from here in the Somnio. It's hard to explain, but I can sense my world right now. It feels closer.
Yes. It would seem that a path to other worlds lies open. Perhaps it is due to the bracelets. I did wish to grant my father's desire, if the conquest of other worlds was part of his plan. But I believe it is as you said. It should be possible to move between worlds from here.
Then I'll grant you both my protection so you can travel there, when you're ready. The Somniel can't be entered without my blessing as a divine dragon. So come find me. That invitation is open, however long it takes for you to accept it.
You would make an ally of the one who so recently tried to kill you? If you are asking me here and now, then my answer is certainly no. That said, 1,000 years is a long time. I will say this. If, by some miracle, Nell awakens and finds it in her heart to forgive me, then, and only then, will I journey to you.
I understand.
Now, there is nothing more to say. Leave me.
As you wish. I hope to see you again, though.
Lord Rafal?
Yes?
Despite all that's happened, I am grateful for the time we shared. I hope that we'll meet as allies again.
Your kindness is wasted on me.
Here we are, back at Lethos Castle.
It feels as if we've been gone for ages.
So much has happened since I first met Nell and Nil here. The kings and queens, the emblems. They're all gone.
Yes, and Mavir too. What should we do now?
Beats me. Every nation's lost its rulers, and probably their whole populations by now. I guess we could try to rebuild. Or each grab an empty throne and call ourselves rulers.
Rulers with no subjects. I fear we have little to do but bide our time until the end.
What if you came with me?
Divine One?
This world is beyond saving. You said it yourselves. There's no one left. I'm just a visitor. I have to go back before long. But if I leave you behind, I can't even be sure how long you'll survive. It would mean throwing yourselves into battle again. But still, I hope you'll consider it.
Sounds pretty good to me. Better than twiddling our thumbs to the grave, at least. I say we go. A new world might mean scary new enemies and dangers. But still.
It's an appealing proposal, but I'm not sure. I wonder what Mavier would say. Would he forgive us?
What do you mean?
We are his family, and if we go, he'll be left here all alone. It doesn't seem fair. Why should we be the lucky ones? Why do we deserve this?
Deserve what? To be happy? Madeline, what's the last thing that the big guy, that Mavier, said to you?
He said he wished me the greatest happiness.
There you have it. He'd probably tell you to look forward, not back. Even if it means leaving him behind.
You don't get to speak for him. You didn't know him like I did.
I knew him pretty darn well. We spent a ton of time together. We were practically brothers. Anyway, you gotta admit, he wouldn't want you sulking forever.
I know. Mavier would tell me to go. To try and be happy without him.
Go ahead and cry, Madeline. There hasn't been time to mourn him since it happened.
I'm sorry. You were born into this world, and I'm asking you to put it behind you. But if it makes any difference, I spoke to Rafal. He's planning to come as well. One day. You could wait for him with me.
Divine One, I share Madeline's struggle. It feels wrong to be the only ones going, to leave our Lord and Lady behind.
I understand.
But instead of languishing here, we could go to a world where our skills can be of use. And after everything that's happened, I find it difficult to turn down your request. We have been through so much together.
Yes, we have.
I'm inclined to go. Do the two of you feel the same?
Yep.
I agree.
Then from now on, the remaining winds will swear our loyalty to you as your attendants. We will go with you, Divine One.
I'm glad. I look forward to spending more time with all of you.
The feeling is mutual. All right. Remember, you two. We have to work hard as the Four Winds, even in another world.
What, we're not calling ourselves the Three Winds now?
You knew the answer before you even asked.
We four are a family, and will always be together. Nothing can change that.
All right, everyone. Let's go. Nell, Rafal, I'll see you again someday.
Thank you, my fellow Divine Dragon. I pray your future is filled with hope and love. And please, take good care of them for me.
Alright, well, it's done. I don't know if I want to say too much about it. Anything that I say has already been said, by me, by others, and plus, I came late to this DLC, so like, the discourse around this DLC has already been had, I feel like, and just the fact that I was pretty negative the whole time, I don't really want to add more negativity to it. As negative as I was in this DLC, like, that's not the way that I like to be. So I'm going to try and just steer away from that a little bit. So having that be the case, I'm like trying to talk about the positives, and there aren't that many positives in this DLC, so it's I'm trying to steer away from the negative, but I like Nell as a character. I don't think that ending landed it. I think that ending was not up to my tastes. But you know, I really did like Nell as a character. The Four Winds were fine. I think that the pairing of the gameplay with the story actually doesn't do the story any benefits. Because there's a huge disconnect, because the experience of the gameplay is very negative for me. And so any of the positives of the story stuff, like I don't know if I can look at that ending objectively, because I was already negative on the entire experience. So I don't know how to separate the two, because right now I'm just so unbelievably angry at the DLC that I don't know if my not liking the ending that much has more to do with the gameplay or more to do with the story. I will say that the story in this is just slightly more interesting than the base game stuff. They went some places that were a little bit darker, but I don't think that they stuck the landing, which was a theme that we also had with the base game. But I do recognize that they, swung for some things, and, I can respect them swinging for things and missing more than the base game, which didn't swing for much of anything. There were a couple swings near the end, but I think their misses were bigger than the DLCs, at least when it comes to the story stuff. The gameplay stuff had some of the biggest swings and misses I've ever seen in Fire Emblem, period. But yeah, you guys already know how I feel about the DLC, so we're not going to delve too deeply into it, talk to it in detail. This DLC is just not good. It's not. And I think that most even hardcore fans online have agreed with me on that. So, yeah. In an attempt to sort of go out on a bit of positivity, I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this. I'm going to be taking some time away from this, but I may return and do the other DLC missions, the other in the main game, where you go and get the bracelets, and we can actually use the bracelets. We've got an end game team. From what I understand, those missions scale with your actual level, so we should be able to do them and still have somewhat of a challenge, even though, we do have end game teams right now. Yeah, that might be a more positive way to end, because I've heard that those missions are actually pretty good, and I did not feel the way about the Xenologues here. So, the Fell Xenologue, not very good, but maybe the other DLC might make it a little bit worth the $30 that I spent. Because right now I'm feeling like it wasn't worth the money. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Fell Xenologue. Tell me what you think about the 4 wins. Let me know what you think about Nil and Nell. Let me know what you think about the ending. And, if you do have constructive criticism for me, I'm more than willing to hear them out. Just make sure that you are, being kind with your constructive criticism. Mean-spirited comments don't get anybody anywhere. But if you have some advice for me when I'm playing something that maybe I'm not enjoying as much, I'm open to hearing those. And do let me know if you felt like this was overall a negative experience for you as a viewer or a positive experience for you as a viewer, even if I was negative in it. That would be good information for me to have, because sometimes maybe it's better to bite the bullet and just either not continue with something that I'm truly not enjoying to that level. But I don't know what that experience is like for the viewers. I do get the feeling that the negativity does sort of rub off on the viewers themselves, and that's not really what I want to do on YouTube. I want to be more of a positive force here on YouTube. So I felt myself getting negative during even parts of the base game of Engage, because it wasn't my favorite Fire Emblem game. And I do think that that's not the best way to do a channel, but also I don't want to necessarily give you guys a false experience. There's a reason why a lot of YouTubers, basically just won't tell you how they truly feel about a game. And it's because when you do that, it breeds somewhat more negativity, and that's not necessarily what you want. And it's not necessarily what I want, but I also want to make sure that I'm being authentic and telling you how I feel about the game. I do think that at times I got overly negative, and I think that that's where I need to pull back a little bit, is knowing where that line is and knowing when maybe I need to stop. But I don't know. Let me know what you think, and definitely don't expect me to go straight into those bracelet missions. I simply don't want to do that right now. I'm playing 2 fantastic games right now, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, Future Connected, and, okay, Winston's barking at stuff. He doesn't even know what he's barking at. He just hears things and thinks that he needs to protect this house. He's very tough, this little pug, don't you know? But anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought there. Yeah, I'm playing 2 awesome games, Tears of the Kingdom and the new DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So I've been very, very positive playing those. So if you want to go back to positive Ben, positive analog vernacular, I do recommend watching those playthroughs because those games are both just so good. So good. I'm having such a good time. Okay, I was going to sign off, but I realized there might be more after this, so...
The weather's so beautiful today. That bright blue sky feels like a good omen.
I could not agree more.
Huh? Nell! Rafal! I didn't expect to see you so soon.
It has been some time, Divine One.
For me, it has been 1,000 years. But Nell has returned, and we have come as promised. My sister and I are at your disposal.
Welcome to you both. It really is a lovely morning.
Okay, so they give you 1 Mystic Satchel and 1 Mage Cannon. Do they give you any... Your units can now change to the Enchanter and Mage Cannoneer classes. Changing to each of these classes requires a special item. Okay, the Enchanter. Enchanters consume items and weapons to enhance themselves and their allies. A Mystic Satchel is required to change to this class. Okay, so that is the class change item. Item Surge consumes an item to grant special effects to allies based on the item consumed. Weapon Surge uses a weapon in your inventory to strengthen all weapons of the same name, ally, and enemy alike for the entire battle. Mage Cannoneer. Mage Cannoneers pelt foes with artillery shells from long range. A Mage Cannon is required to change to this class. For Mage Cannoneers, attack power scales with dexterity. Their hit rate increases with strength, build, and proximity to target. Let Fly expends equipped shells to unleash a powerful artillery strike in an area. The attack lands after one turn. The danger radius for Mage Cannoneers has a different appearance than usual. Alright, just quickly, I'm going to show you this. Most of you already know this. That's how much these cost at their base. For more Mystic Satchels, you have to spend 40,000, and for Mage Cannon, you have to spend 90,000. It would cost almost all of the money that I have in the endgame right now. And some of that money may have come from DLC, because I don't remember having that much, but yeah. They're stupidly expensive, ridiculously expensive. Alright, and just really quickly before we end this, we may as well just take a look at, oh, you know what, we can just do that from here, right? So let's see. Let's see what the let's see. Where are they? Enchanter and Mage Cannoneer. Okay. So at Enchanter, you'd get a little bit more dodge. They are still considered Key Adept, so they could Chain Guard still, right? Looks like Magic would be capped out at 26. And a lot of your stats go down, but luck goes up. Let's see, Mage Cannoneer. A lot of things going down. They're considered armored. Alright, Key Adept. Convoy. Used to deposit or retrieve weapons and items. That's kind of nice. You would have another unit who could convoy. They used fists and daggers. Okay, Mage Cannoneer. Let Fly used to perform a guaranteed hit. Area of effect attack at the start of the next player phase. Unit loses equipped weapons. And they can only use the cannon. They have no other proficiencies. Alright. There you go, if you wanted to see what those look like on an actual unit. But yeah, so we are done now. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Or not the next episode. I don't know if I'm going to do more episodes. I'm probably going to do them just further down the line, but I'll see you in the next playthrough you come and watch at the very least. So, bye. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, Chris Murphy, JW, Bracken, Quinless, Chris Smith, Vlado101, and Kyle Schluter. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.